Salty, sour, spicy, and sweet. Asian food has all these big flavors, but without lots of fat and calories. One of our frequent guests, Sherry Swanson, a personal chef and cooking instructor, is back to share a favorite recipe of hers. It's always great to have you with us,
Thank
Sherry.
you. I'm very excited to be here. Let's have some fun today.
Yes, and this is one of your favorite recipes. Is this your own recipe?
Actually, I have a friend, Kathy, who is a chef, and she taught me because her specialty is Thai food, and this is a Thai dish. It's called maho.
Maho. And you say it's street food.
It's street food, and maho stands for galloping horses.
Really? So you can find this on the streets in Thailand?
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's
get started. So we have some minced garlic. You want to really crush this up, and if you have a garlic press at home, that's the perfect thing to use for this.
Okay, minced garlic. Now, the oil here has to be really, really hot.
Really, really hot. And all of our Italian friends, just be careful because you're going to cringe because we're going to brown this. We're going to do the exact opposite of anything that you would ever do in Italian cooking.
So we're going to watch this being browned.
Nice and hot.
That's why you want it really, really hot.
Exactly. And now we've got some cilantro, and we just chop this up really, really fine.
You know, cilantro, that's unusual. I wouldn't expect it in Thai food, but you do see it in Thai food.
Yes, you do. You see a lot of cilantro and fresh mint as well.
Now, why is that? What's the influence there?
That's just, they love those big, fresh flavors to balance out all of the savory, salty flavors that they have.
So we have cilantro and garlic, and we're just going to keep doing it.
We're going to get that brown,
Well,
and so when you have your cilantro, you wash it really well, and then you dry it, and then you just fold it over on itself. We're going to use the stems and the leaves.
Now, why is that?
Because there's lots and lots of flavor in the stems.
In the stems, see, I always just cut the leaves. And
the stems are delicious, especially if you chop them up really fine.
Okay.
So we're looking for some color. We might not get it fast enough here.
That's okay. We have plenty of time. We might get it.
So I love Thai food because it's got all those different flavors.
I do too. There's a lot of influence in Thailand, though. A lot of different cultures.
Exactly. There's a lot of French influence there. And what we're going to use, we have a secret ingredient that we're going to use today.
Oh, what is this?
This is fish sauce.
Oh, so I know this because I'm from the Philippines and we use fish sauce.
It's a secret ingredient because it has lots of umami. So that's the fifth taste. And it's kind of a savory flavor, and it makes everything taste better.
You know, you can usually find this at the Asian food store, but now you're looking, you can see it everywhere. You really can.
Almost every grocery store has an Asian section, and in the Asian section,
on the shelves,
you'll find fish sauce. And don't smell it. It's not. It doesn't smell that good, but it tastes wonderful. And if you it's like having Caesar salad when you put the anchovy in there.
Yes.
The anchovy really elevates the flavor. It's because it's got umami, and that's the same thing that you got with the fish sauce.
Okay, look at the garlic. It is getting brown.
It is getting brown, and that's good. So now we're going to add our peanuts.
Of course, nuts.
Nuts.
What kind of nuts are we talking about?
These are just plain peanuts, but you know, I've done this with cashews as well, and it's really delicious. So feel free to do either one.
Okay.
And then some red pepper flakes. Of course, if you like spicy food, put more in there. Because remember, this is all about sweet and spicy.
Gotta have that balance.
Exactly. And then I'm using brown sugar. The recipe, if we were in Thailand, we would use palm sugar, which we have some today. But
what is that? Palm sugar?
It's sugar made from palm.
Really?
And but it's really hard. It comes in kind of like a brick, so it's hard to cut up, and you only find it in the Asian store. So we're using brown sugar so that everyone can do this at home. And we're just going to let that start to melt.
Okay. This is our sweet part of it.
Yes,
we have about 2 minutes.
And then, along with that, we're going to add our fish sauce. That's going to help it melt.
Okay.
And then our ground chicken. Traditionally, we would use pork, but I have a lot of clients that don't like to eat pork or don't want to eat pork, so I use ground chicken, ground turkey.
I was going to say ground turkey.
Exactly. Either one is fine. There's so many other flavors that the meat is just kind of a carrier for all the other flavors.
Okay, while mixing this, talk about your cooking classes.
Oh, we're just starting up again at the farm. This Saturday is our first class. I'm so excited to get back to the farm. We're also doing
What kind of classes, though? What are you going to be offering?
Oh, this weekend we're doing a Caribbean class. It's a vegetarian class. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're also going to be doing a sip and savor wine dinners at the farm this year. So I'm very excited. The wines this year are outstanding. I've started tasting some of them. And
so you learn how to pair the wine with the food.
Exactly. Well, our motto is what grows together goes together. So we grow the food and then we drink the wine with it. And
we have about a minute left, so we just continue to brown this.
So continue to brown it, and when it's done, it's going to look like this.
Look at this. Isn't this great?
And to make it a fun appetizer,
yes. Let's move on over here.
We're just going to use some endive leaves, and we'll put a little
That's
in
how you
each
say
one.
it, endive, because I've heard it said so many ways.
Endive.
It's endive, right, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to put a few peanuts, some pineapple, and a little bit more fresh cilantro.
Oh,
so
look
that's
at that.
all.
Add more sweet to it.
Exactly, and a little bit of sour.
And the crunch comes from the nuts.
And from the leaves.
And the leaves. Oh, isn't that pretty? Of course, we're going to try all this at the end of the show, because I know Teresa's going to want to try this. And for the recipe, all you have to do is go to WTNH.com and click on Connecticut Style. Thanks so much. We don't want to burn that, so we're going to keep
an eye on
that one. Okay.